rocket like rocket fuel.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch and you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. I bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, Just for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, cuz I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent my 10 on my fit. Ex slick, then he with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense.
Autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Time 52. Block 52. 52's the mic. Get the ball.
On first down, it's Darnold. A screen to Bell. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Darnold. Open man left side. That's the tight end, Herndon. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. Out left to Anderson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 27 yards there, a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 38. Darnold to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. 2nd down and 10. Darnold nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I'll bring it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. 30, past the 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And the pass complete to Anunwa. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a draw play. This is Bell. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And fighting down inside the 25. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Tony Pollard, an 80-yard touchdown. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On second down, it's Bell. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
Off of play action, Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Back to the air, Darnold on second down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
letting one go deep for a noon walk. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Check. Check out route. Hot.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. Bust through the tackle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. Throw left side, complete to Foster. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
1st and 10 at the 14.
Mike 19. Mike forward. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
19. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Hey, home. He's coming. Double up. He's coming, double up. Half 10.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep over them. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Throw left side, complete. It's Bell. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Check the backer. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Darnold now to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in his first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Point after, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Darnold on 1st down. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's true.
That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 29, Allen. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 1:57 to go in this 1st half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the...
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
And that's their 1st sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He's going to fire one deep over them. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do?
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Jets have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Hooking up over the middle with Herndon. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And they're on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about a different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Anunwa, the intended target. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is taken near the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
57. 57. No chance. Regular.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Allen now on first down. That's Foster hauling it in over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch 54. All day, just like that. Just like that.
To throw, it's Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Right there.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Now Allen. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Mark 54. Hey, here we go.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. This will be caught at about the 5. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Stay with your man.
Now Allen again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Robert Foster with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Now the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll run it with Bell. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On the catch, it's Crowder.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Here's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12.
It's a gain of 6.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
A first down throw, Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on this.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Allen now to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Foster. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 1st down, Allen. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Allen now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And Jones has it over the middle. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
Allen throwing complete to Foster. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And again, it's Allen. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. So the shotgun snap to Allen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Ryan Poole that time there to get a hand on it. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
From the 27th, Darnold. Anugla's got it, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Darnold now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 48-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Darnold. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his 2nd touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Now, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. Throw left side, complete to Foster. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
57. All day, baby. All day, all day, all day.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Coming to you, coming to you.
On first down, it's Darnold. And he finds Tyler Croft. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Here we go. Let's go. Let's do this.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Darnold now to throw. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Third and long, it's Darnold. Got an open man, it's a noon one. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And he's got a noon one. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Recon, 152 fighter.
On first down, Darnold. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jamison Crowder, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Here we go.
To the air again, Darnold. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fields. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you.